students, welcome to the online session for the subject of industrial safety. These are the virtual classes for the subject of industrial safety. The subject of industrial safety is mainly for the students of civil engineering, particularly structural engineering and mechanical engineering. So here we will be discussing all the topics that are related to the subject of industrial safety. So now we will be starting with our session. So 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hello students, welcome to today's session of the industrial safety. Our today's topic is wear and corrosion and then prevention methods. We have already started this chapter of the wear and corrosion and then prevention methods. Earlier we have completed the wear topic. We have already started the corrosion topic of this chapter, and we have discussed many things regarding the corrosion in the previous sessions. Let's see today's outline, that what we are going to discuss in this session. We have already started with the factors that are affecting the corrosion. Some of them we have discussed in the previous session. In today's session, we will be discussing the remaining factors that are affecting the corrosion. In next session, we are going to discuss the types of corrosion. We will be listing all the types of corrosion, and we will be discussing some of them in this session. So let's start with some factors that are affecting the corrosion. So the factor that is affecting the corrosion is the temperature. Temperature is having a great impact. Temperature is having the great impact on the occurrence of the corrosion. When the temperature is high, at that time the rate of the oxidation will be more. More the temperature, the more will be the oxidation that will be taking place. And oxidation is nothing but the corrosion. So on the basis of that, we can say that the rate of the occurrence of the corrosion do increase with increase in the temperature. More the temperature will be, the more will be the corrosion, because the rate of the oxidation is also more because of the temperature. So the loss of the metal is mainly taking place because of the increase of the temperature. More the temperature, more will be the removal of the material from the metallic surface or the location where the corrosion will be acting. So at that time, material will be removed, and at the same time, wear will be also taking place. So we can say that because of the temperature, the corrosion is also acting and the wear on the surface will be acting. So based on this discussion, we can say that the process is fast when the temperature is quite elevated. Means when the temperature is high, then the rate of the occurrence of the corrosion will be very much higher. And as a result of this, more will be the destruction and the deterioration of the metal. And this is how the temperature do affect the corrosion and metal. Moving towards the next type of factor, that is the composition of the material. Means a material or a metallic material, of what material it has been made of, do matter in the corrosion. It also affects the corrosion. So let's discuss in brief that how this ingredients of the material or the ingredients that is found in the metal are affecting the corrosion. So we all know that atmospheric oxygen is playing a major role in the corrosion, and we can say that it will be reacting with the ingredients that are present in the metallic surface. When on the reaction is taking place, the corrosion will be active. The thing that can happen is how we can reduce it. So while manufacturing only, if we add 0.007% of the copper, then we can increase the corrosion resistance property of the material. As a result of this, it will affect the oxygen on the surface, and definitely the corrosion will also get reduced. So application of the copper in a metal about 0.007% will reduce the corrosion. On increasing the percentage of the copper in the metal, that is from 0.2 to 0.5, then by doing so we can increase the corrosion resistance property of a metal about double to thrice, means about 2 to 3 times we can increase the corrosion resistance property of the material, and as a result of this corrosion will be less. So we can say that composition of the metal has a direct impact on the corrosion, because composition is having an effect to the environmental atmosphere, and by this it is highly affected to the corrosion. So this is how composition of the material is affecting the corrosion. Moving towards the next factor, that is method of manufacturing. So the method how the metal is being manufactured do affect in the occurrence of the corrosion. We all know that the manufacturing of the metal is done by applying stress on it. So when the stress is being applied on the metal, then it's some load taking capacity or the stress, or we can say that the stress resisting property will be reduced. And once during the manufacturing, if we are using the metal that has already been corroded, then obviously we can say that before the ultimate load, before the occurrence of the ultimate load, that metal will break, and as a result of this, early breakage can take place. So this is how we can say that method of manufacturing do affects, because if the metal that has been used in the manufacturing, which is already corroded, and once it has got corroded, then its load taking capacity has already been reduced. So one such kind of lesser load taking capacity material is being used for manufacturing of some material, or we can say that some machine, then during manufacture only it will get breaked, because the stress, internal stress will be higher because of the presence of the corrosion. Ultimately failure will take place. So whenever such type of corrosion used to take place, then we used to designate as a intercrystalline corrosion. So by this we can say that, or we come to a point that never used a corroded material, and or if we can say that it is necessary to use such kind of material, then proper precaution used to take place. Corrosion resistance should be done of that metal. By this, during the manufacturing, we can prevent the breakage of the metal. So this is how the method of manufacturing is affecting the corrosion. These were all the factors that are affecting the corrosion. Now moving towards the next topic, that is the type of the corrosion. So some of the types of the corrosion are being listed over here. The first type is uniform corrosion. Second is pitting corrosion. Third is transgranular and intergranular, or you can say that intercrystalline corrosion. Next is exfoliation corrosion. Next is stress corrosion. Next is crevice corrosion. Next is galvanic corrosion. We have a erosion type of corrosion. Going towards the next type, that is the biological corrosion, high temperature corrosion, fretting corrosion, and selective corrosion. So these are all different types of corrosion which mainly used to occur in an environment. On the metallic surface, such kind of corrosion used to occur. These are all the things that are happening in the corrosion on the metallic surface, and we are just listed it down. Now we are going to have a brief discussion on some of this type of the corrosion. So let's moving towards the first type of corrosion, that is the uniform corrosion. Here from the figure only we can see that the corrosion has taken place over the overall surface of the metal. We have the metallic element on the outer surface, and overall its surface the corrosion used have taken place. Name only suggests that uniform corrosion is taking place, because from the figure only we can say that the occurrence of the corrosion is uniform over the overall surface of the metal. And here how this is taking place we will be discussing. Basically in spots the corrosion used to take place at a different distance of the spots. The corrosion is occurring. Corrosion is basically here occurring in spots at different level, or you can say that at different distance the spots are being formed. From that the corrosion will be developing and it will be spreading it out from that spot. We can say that the source of the corrosion is being acting. The spot will be the source of the corrosion, and from that the corrosion will be spreading uniformly, and slowly it will be moving towards the overall surface of the metal. And by this the overall surface of the material, or we can say that the object that is being seen over here will be corroded, and as a result of this the corrosion will take place. This is a quite severe type of corrosion. This is very much serious and it will deteriorate the overall property of the material, and at an early age only the breakage will take place because the overall material has got corroded. So this is how the uniform corrosion is taking place. Here also we have a different figure, that the corrosion has taken place over the overall surface uniformly. We can see the orange colored layer that is being found on the surface, a yellowish orange type color. That is nothing but the corrosion. Previously the spots have been found of the corrosion. From that spots the corrosion have spread in the overall area, and as a result of this the overall area will have got corroded. By this corrosion the overall strength of the material will be reduced, and at an early age the failure of the metal will take place. It has completely lost its load taking capacity, so it will be in no use. So this is how the corrosion is taking place. Now let's see some brief discussion on it. This is how the metallic surface is, when it is being reacted to the atmosphere, then the spots will be formed, and as a result of this the spreading will be taking place, and it will be completely taking its strength and it will be in no use. So it is necessary to have a repair of such kind of surface at an early age, so that the larger disaster of the object can be prevented. And at an early age only either a galvanized layer or the proper repairing or whatever type of repairing that is required to be done should be done, and by this we can prevent the further spreading of the corrosion, that is the uniform corrosion. So this was the first type of corrosion. Moving towards the next type of corrosion, that is the pitting corrosion. Here we can say that a pitting corrosion has been done on the struts. Here we have the struts, the diagonal struts of the steel structure. There a corrosion has taken place, and it has not taken place over complete structure, but some points the pits has been found because of the corrosion. This is very much lesser. The area of the corrosion will be quite lesser in comparison to the uniform corrosion, but it is very much severe. It is very much dangerous in comparison to the uniform corrosion, because the material has completely removed and it has no material to resist the load. There is no joint. There is the lack of the joint for the distribution of the load, and whenever such kind of corrosion is being occurring on a material, and when such kind of material is being acted under the load, then a great disaster can take place. So it is quite dangerous. Going towards the next figure. Here we have a steel column of a bridge, and we all know that column is very key component of a structure, particularly in distribution of the load. So here a diagonal strut has got corroded and it has completely removed. Means we can say that the pit of the corrosion has been found over here, and by this the corrosion have occurred, and as a result material will be removed. Here also we have a figure of a pipe where the pitting corrosion has occurred, and from this we can have a glimpse that how the pitting corrosion occurs in the pipe, because in pipe also some acidic material used to pass, either water or some acidic or a toxic water or any kind of a material used to pass. So because of the reaction of the metallic surface and the water acting as an electrolyte, or a toxic material that is being passing is acting as an electrolyte, the corrosion can act, and by this the pots or the holes will be formed. So it basically it is a property. We all know that metal is having a property of the coming in contact with the acidic water, the reaction is taking place. So some of the material will be removed, and as a result of this the metallic spots that has corroded will be removed, and there will be a hole, a formation of the hole will be taking place, and ultimately some material of the metal will be removed, and on that load, on that particular location, if the load is being acting, then disaster can take place. So it is necessary that such kind of pitting corrosion should be avoided. So this is how the corrosion is taking place. At an early age only, whatever the repair that is required to be done, means either making of the material that has been removed or adding some more material, it should be done at an early age only, and whatever the cost that is required, it should be done, because some casualty on such kind of erosion, that is the pitting corrosion, can cause a severe damage, and it is necessary that it is required to be completed at an early age. So this is how pitting corrosion is taking place. So we are ending today's session. Thank you for attending the session. See you in the next session.
Hello students, so hereby we are coming to the end of our virtual class session of the subject of industrial safety. We have discussed a lot regarding the topics of the today's session. So if you have any kind of a doubts, if you have any kind of queries, you can send me your doubts and queries via mail. My mail ID will be in my channel. So check into my channel, like it, and mail me whatever the doubts you have. And thanks again for attending the session. See you in the next session.